So we'll switch. We'll just go straight into this election. I've now spoken to two people. One's a Trump voter and one was a Democrat. But what do you make of both candidates? And when I say this, you don't just have to say Joe Biden's amazing and Donald Trump's evil. I want to actually know like a bit of analysis what you actually think of both candidates because I've watched the debates and I would vote Biden, but to be honest, I don't really like Biden that much.
No.
But I'd be curious to see your opinion.
Well, so here's the thing, right? When we're voting for Biden, I don't think we're just voting for Biden. Like, we get AOC, Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders. Like, it's the team that's behind him that I'm excited about. No, and I love Kamala. Like, I love her. But it's not so much a Biden presidency that I'm, like, excited about. It's that he seems so willing to, like, work with everyone, if that makes sense. Like, it's not my way or the highway, how Trump is. Like, he's not going to pitch a fit if someone tells him no, you know? And so I think it's very much the team that is coming with him that makes me the most excited because, especially AOC and Elizabeth Warren, I did want Elizabeth Warren on the ticket, but I don't know. I think Biden is honestly the only one that could beat Trump right now. And at this point, I would take anyone other than Trump. So
what's so repulsive about Donald Trump to you?
Oh God, is it the sexism? Is it the racism? Is it the homophobia? Is it the xenophobia? We could talk for days. To this point, and honestly, until the past like 4 years, I wasn't like very politically aware. And over the past 4 years, I realized like that is kind of disgusting because it shows like, well, those policies aren't going to affect me, so why should I care, right? And I started really paying attention and really realizing what was going on. So I think because I was never like gung-ho on politics, I don't care about the money or the economy if you're going to be just a POS person. Like, if you're literally going to incite violence and race wars and take our country 20, 30 years back, that is not worth me getting a little tax break to me. Like, I would rather pay a little more taxes so the single mom down the street can get the health care that she needs, can, go to a doctor when she needs to, like, or so police officers can have the extra training to not just murder Black people in the streets. Like, it doesn't make sense to me how people can wrap their heads around like, oh, well, I don't agree with him socially, but the economy's booming, Wall Street's great. Like, that doesn't sit right with me.
So you work in the arts. Well, that's what I would call it. Would you call it the arts?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think a Democrat government would benefit you personally in your work, or does it not make a difference who's in charge? Is that more of a state level thing?
Well, so in current times, I'm not quite sure because live entertainment we were the first ones to shut down, and we will be the last ones to reopen. Like, my boyfriend was out on tour, and he had been out for 2 weeks, and then got the call like, you have to come back. And so it was, we don't know when it's going to come back because that is such a worldwide thing. And I don't know if I don't know if Democrat, Republican, whatever is going to make a difference on our job. But I do think that like more liberal Democrat minds like to fund the arts more instead of take them out of schools, which I think is very important because I think it's an outlet.
But yeah. I want to talk now about California. So California is governed. It's a Democrat state. It's very heavily Democrat leaning. I've read a lot of criticisms though that California is overtaxed. They tax their people maybe a little bit too much. Is that something you would agree with? Do you think California is well governed as a Democrat state, or do you think maybe they're voting Democrat for Democrat's sake?
I think that again, I will always go back to I I don't have a problem paying more taxes if things are if other people are being taken care of with that. But that's just my like I want like no I'm not a fucking oh sorry no
It's
no I'm
okay.
not no I'm not a socialist or like anything like that. But like if me paying an extra $100 $200 in taxes is going to homeless communities or police reform or things like that, uh, wildlife and like wilderness preservation, because we have so many wildfires. Like this season has been horrific. It's been so sad. So if the funds are being reallocated to stuff like that, then I have no issue with it. And Governor Newsom this year has put in a lot of bills trying to enact police reform, wilderness relief, stuff like that. And so I don't think it's Democrat just to be Democrat. I think it's a good thing, but a lot of people would disagree because it's their hard-earned money and American freedom and yee, whatever.
Okay, we'll talk a little bit now about the policies that Joe Biden's going to bring in that you think will improve America. He's talked about a lot of green energy. That's something he's sort of trying to
Mhm.
push, but then he's also supporting fracking, which to me is a very strange. You can't be green and then do that, but either way, that's a different thing. But Joe Biden, it's going to be a greener economy. It's going to be Biden care, which is essentially Obamacare, but slightly different. I don't really know the differences. I listened to what he said, and I couldn't see what the actual differences were. Um, but what do you think Biden will do to improve America? Do you think there is policies that you like that he's going to introduce, or is it just a case of he's not Donald Trump, so that's
So with the green policy, I'm 100% behind it because uh, eventually we are going to run out of oil. Like it's not an if, it's a win, right? So why not slowly transition? And I think that's why he's not opposed to like keeping oil industry and all of that, because he knows that it employs so many people. So he's not trying to take that away. He wants to slowly transition and create new jobs for the green new, well, he said he doesn't support the Green New Deal, whatever, the green economy. And you slowly transition out of the oil industry. You don't rip it out from someone in a day. And who's to say that those people in the oil industry cannot get jobs in the green new world, green new deal, whatever. So I enjoy that because I'm a big fan of science, and I believe scientists saying like, yeah, it's gonna be what was it? I think it said 2028 or something like that. We will hit a point of no return for our planet, and that's terrifying to me.
Hmm.
Like I'm like, I don't want to have kids. Why would I have kids if we're gonna destroy the
yeah.
planet that we um I honestly, the best thing that I can think about with Joe Biden and Kamala though is they're not gonna try to take away gay marriage like Trump and Amy Coney Barrett are right now. Like, are you kidding me? You're literally taking our country backwards. That's shocking to me and disgusting and heartbreaking.
Do you not think though? So in 2008, Joe Biden said in the vice presidential debate with Sarah Palin that he supported gay rights but did not support gay marriage. Biden's also voted against abortion historically in the 90s, well, making it illegal.
Mhm.
He said since that he's changed his well, it's not he's changed his view. He's just more accepting, I suppose, would be the thing. But do you worry that Joe Biden is a little bit, he is very religious, and it struck me when I was reading about the fact that he basically said he didn't believe in gay marriage in 2008. I'm like, is he actually this liberal guy, or is he putting on an act? I mean, that concerned me when I was, reading that.
I think what is great about Joe that I've noticed is he will come out and say something he believed wrong, like the 94 crime. He's straight up been like, yeah, that was wrong. Trump would never admit that he's wrong. He is like a step down from Kim Jong-un. Like, he thinks he is the next coming of Christ. It's insane to me. Yeah, so I think that it's huge, and for Biden to say like the 94 crime bill is wrong. I do believe in gay marriage. I think people can change. I think, if that was in the debate, I didn't see that, so I didn't know that. But if he was in the debate and then, got into 8 years of administration with Obama, who's to say Obama wasn't like, come on, man, like, look at this, meet this person, meet this person. And I think he's open and willing to grow, whereas Trump, my way or the highway. I said no masks, so I'm going to stick to no masks. Like, inject bleach in your arms. Like, he'll never say I was wrong. He'll say, oh, I was being sarcastic.
So last one, what does America look like with 4 more years of Donald Trump if that happens?
I don't know, because I'm not going to be here. No, I'm just kidding. We've literally talked about moving to Canada if they'll have us. But honestly, and we've talked about this a lot, me and my friends. I'm scared either way. Whoever wins, I'm just scared of this election because I genuinely think that this is, my boyfriend put it best, this is the most polarizing time in America since the Civil War. People are so angry and heated on both sides of the spectrum. And I think no matter who wins, there's going to be an issue. I just don't know what that issue is going to be. But would I be shocked come January if we were in a civil war? No.
Really? That's strong.
Yeah.
Do you think?
If Trump wins, I mean, or actually if Trump loses, because he is, and this is infuriating to me, like, he is so prone to saying fake news, like all of that. This is going to be the most rigged election in American history. So he's hyping up his little cronies. And I don't know if you saw 4 or 5 guys in Michigan had a plan to kidnap the Michigan governor and like torture her and kill her because she wouldn't open up the state. And Trump came out and was like, well, she should have opened the state. Like, he didn't say, like, I wish her well. And in the debate you watched where he kept saying, your little friend in Michigan, that's who he was referring to. And it's like, you are inciting all of this. So if Trump loses, all of his, fans, for a lack of a better word, are going to be up in arms, literally arms, going back to guns. And if Biden wins, I think there's going to be a lot of, if Biden loses and Trump does win, there's going to be a lot of protests on our side being like, no, we don't want you. We don't like you. Yeah, I don't know. For the first time, like, in my adult life, I'm actually like genuinely scared.